Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis updated commodities. We'll work our way through the dollar yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it together. And if you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all these topics and subjects, looking for investment opportunities and sharing them with everyone in the community. Special is the coupon code, and it is active for both the monthly and yearly memberships. Let's dive in and see what's going on today. Dollar, we're still getting a little bit of weakness in the dollar, down 0.05%. We do have a little bit of buying pressure towards the bottom of this candlestick there, where we did bounce up towards the end of the day. So that is coming back up a little bit, and we'll see if that is going to stick for a potential trend line break if we continue higher, which again, we're in a downtrend still, but we haven't broken that downtrend yet. Yields are up today. The 2-year yield's up 1.29%. That looks like it's trying to bottom and turn higher for the 2-year yield. The 10-year yield's up 0.4%. Again, we're above a lot of support, and we haven't broken through that support yet. So we could very easily still continue to go higher, and we could be in a consolidation. And then the 30-year yield's down slightly, and again, it's the same spot as the 10-year. I think we're going higher. At least that's the path of least resistance at this moment. We're sitting on top of patterns. This is a pattern here that's broken to the upside, so that still looks good to go higher. TLT bond prices are down ever so slightly, down 0.15%. We're still in this inverted flag pattern where this generally breaks lower. Now, if they're in there doing quantitative easing, if they're in there buying bonds, they very well could change the outcome of what is set up here through manipulation. 2 and 10, moving back up. I've got the upward arrow there. We've been trying to break through the upper end of this guy here to the upside, signaling that the curve could reinvert, more inflation coming into the system, so to speak. We've got 2 pretty strong candlesticks developed yesterday and today where we could move to the upside and invert the curve again. And we'll see if it can do that. TYX-TNX ratio on the longer end of the curve coming back down where the curve's inverting a little bit. We had a nice good upward move here for this ratio. And I'm going to do this. This very well could be something on the lines of that. But we're still within the pattern, and we're bouncing around at this current moment. Gold's up $41 an ounce. That's still squeezing up in this pattern here, and we'll see if it can break. If we see yields move up and the yield curve invert again, this could consolidate or move lower. That is a possibility. And then oil starts to move on up. So that's definitely a possibility here, but right now we're within the pattern. Silver's up a little bit, 0.15%. We're above 35 an ounce. This still looks good to go higher. It's just consolidating. That happens a lot when you break key resistance levels, like say 35. You break through it, and then you consolidate on top of it for a little bit. Platinum's up 1.8%. That still looks good to continue its way on up. We've got palladium up 0.85%. That looks like it's bottomed and working its way on up as well. XAU to gold ratio down 0.85%. So we got a little bit of underperformance of the gold miners versus gold, and still a ridiculously long runway for price appreciation of the miners versus gold. GDX was down slightly, still looks fine, just chopping around. GDXJ up slightly, chopping around, and SILJ up 0.5% up against resistance. These will break, in my opinion, to the upside with time. Crude oil's up 0.91%. Now, if we go this way and break, more than likely, this was manipulated lower. Usually, when you see a genuine move and reversal candlestick like this, there's generally follow through. If there's no follow through, then something occurred those 2 days, like an external force pumping it, like here and here. You get the big pumps, and then it kind of consolidates again to make a run higher, and then it gets hit again, consolidates and tries to make a run higher. That's an external force, in my opinion, trying to bring something down. TTF gas up 2.82% today. And there we are along the bottom there. Falling wedges generally break upward. Natural gas down 1.4%, 1.36% today. And it does look like we could break to the downside of this guy. We do have a reversal candlestick today that have left a big wick at the bottom. Kind of interesting setup there as we kind of break lower, but yet there's still buying pressure there. Our boy XOP, yeah, you know me, up 0.88%, trying to do one of these shoulder head shoulder things, I think. And we'll see if that is what occurs. It is mimicking, this is the way that it fell. If you flip it that way, I flipped it. And this is what it looks like overlaid. It looks dang near the same. And this is where we could potentially go higher from. Think of it as a weaker dollar that's going to move XOP and oil higher. So it's very sensitive to inflation. OIH moving up quite a bit today, 2.91%, looking pretty good. Putting in a bullish engulfing of all these candlesticks before it, and we'll see if it can move on up. Newcastle coal futures up 2%. This looks pretty good and encouraging. I think this is going to start to work its way on up to the upside for Newcastle coal futures. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust down 0.39%, but still in an uptrend. Still looks good to move higher. Uranium down slightly, but again, we've been moving higher. Looks fantastic to move upwards. We've got the equities getting a little bit of selling pressure today, down 3.58% on URA, but still looks good to go higher on the longer, bigger term picture. Could we consolidate for a little bit? Maybe, maybe not. URNM down 2.44. That's broken its downtrend, looking good to go higher. URNJ is at its downtrend resistance line. It hasn't broken out yet. Look for a big green candlestick. That is when you know that we have broken out. Look for volume too. Nickel still chopping sideways. We've got copper up a little bit, and this looks good to potentially get a good break here and really start to run if we can get away from this $5 level. COPX up 1%. People are buying the ETF. That's broken out of its consolidation to the upside. Looks good to go higher. Lithium also has broken its downtrend to the upside. This downtrend line, it's broken to the upside, and we are, I think, at the beginning of what I would say is a move higher in lithium equities. REMX down slightly. We're doing a retest of this breakout trend line there, and that looks good to go higher. One big move up, and we've got 3 smaller moves down. Sellers just leaking off before we try to trend higher here. Iron ore up 0.6%. We are in this quarter squeezing up. Hopefully we can get a big break higher at some point. Aluminum up again slightly, but we're underneath resistance. We haven't broken through that resistance that's right above us. Baltic Dry Index down 2%, doing a full retest of this big breakout. So we've got multiple patterns in here, the bigger pattern there, and we're doing a full kind of retest there on this trend line. So we broke out. We generally get a retest, back test, and we're right there doing that. Emerging markets moving on up. We had a slightly weaker dollar. If the weakness in the dollar continues, this will move on up. Could be dramatically. Mu continuing higher, up 1.14, and that is in an uptrend. That looks good to continue up. KRE, 3.42% today, breaking through this neckline, putting in a big bullish engulfing. Higher, higher, higher is what this is screaming. Are people positioning in the markets for declining or interest rate cut? Is that being priced in? Because we're also seeing that in home builders. Home builders breaking out today through its resistance line. up 4.15% with higher lows in here. So that looks good. Continue on up. Russell 2000 up 1%. That's looking good to continue higher. We've got the S&P 500 down ever so slightly, but still looks good to go higher. I don't know what this that guy is up there. And the NASDAQ down slightly. We got above it. We're doing a retest on top of support, and that still looks good to go and move on upward. Higher, higher, higher. The DJT, Dow Jones Transportational Index, up 2.85, moving on up. That looks good to try to work its way on up. We've got XLI, the industrials, making a new high, a new all-time high, looking good to continue higher. Looks very strong. We've got Bitcoin down 2%, still within the pattern and above support. We've got Ethereum down 3.33%, looking a little bit weaker here. It's not a huge down candlestick, but this could start to extend depending on what follow through we get, if there is any. MicroStrategy's down 7.65% back to support. Could be a retest. And then the VIX is up 0.6%, but it's still very well controlled underneath resistance areas. So that's what I've got for today, guys. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website if you'd like. Specials, that coupon code. And that's all I've got for today. So we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.